Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. This is in the series of card making templates. So if you haven't seen the first one, you should probably go back and watch it. But the basic idea is card templates to help a beginner mix and match and get started with scrapbooking papers and not being afraid to try different things with their papers. We have the same idea. A base layer that's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So I have my mint or teal right here, and I'm filming on something different today. So let me know if it's better or worse. I noticed that my lighting was weird, and it's not my lights. It's got to be the filming device. Then I have a piece of pattern paper that's 5 by 3 1/4. So if I lay this down right here, I have a nice border all the way around it. This is one of my favorite card making templates too, just to get me started and get me inspired. But it's something that I think you have to work up to a little bit because this is still a pretty big space to work with. So let me tell you one of my ridiculously easy things. So we've cut this piece of paper and it's 5 by 3 3/4. Now the only trick to this piece of paper is that I like both sides. I like this floral side and I like this stripe side. And I would like them together. That's the only trick here. Let me show you a different piece. Here's one with a great big floral and a pink background with birds. I think I'd be okay with these two together. Here's another one with pink and black, and then the other side is black and white. Most manufacturers, when they're making their papers, the two sides go together, okay? If it's a good paper company that's making a nice collection, the two sides correspond with each other. The reason that matters, watch this, it's so simple. You guys are going to die when you see this one. You're going to think that I've completely lost my mind. This is so easy and ridiculous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a number. I'm not even going to think about it too much. I'm going to cut a 1 1/4 inch strip off of each end. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to go 1 1/4. Just because my die is pretty big. Now, notice I'm doing it off of each end. That I could have done it either way, depending on the paper and if it had a pattern, but I actually did it off of each end. Then I'm going to take this, watch, this is ridiculously simple. And I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put this right here. So just out of one piece of paper, I have what seems to be a pretty busy card. And then I have pre-done my hello right here. Just out of this paper that I told you in a different video, I didn't love. Okay? But here, it looks cute and it's the same corresponding colors. And I have a lot of options at this point. So let me talk you through them. Okay, all I've done is cut a strip off, and what did we say? I think I did 1 1/4. If my die had been smaller, narrower this way, I might have done 1 1/2 on each end. Also, the ends don't have to be the same. This could be 2 inches, this could be 1 1/2. Just cut something off and flip it over. Now, I could use strips of paper, like we've done on the other cards. I could go right across right here and have strips of paper. And I would have a nice layered look, and I could also use washi. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more. So I'm going to, just so you can see how it comes together, I'm going to start slapping it down. We're not going to overthink it. I'm kind of hooked on this double-sided tape from Tuesday Morning. It's inexpensive and it tears easy. And I'm messy and I don't have to wonder where my scissors are. I told you to always line up the top first, but I started at the bottom. So look at your tops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my top. Here we go. I'm going to make sure this is all going to work before I peel my adhesive off. See how I like it. Okay, this iPad is bigger and it's even harder for me to see. And in fact, I'm just going to turn this right side up. I'm going to turn it around because this side already looks pretty good. And I don't have directional paper. I don't think. I looked at these flowers for a while, and I don't really think they are. They just kind of swoosh in a lot of directions. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap my washi tape all the way around. It gives it a little bit cleaner look, and it's easy. It doesn't have to be that big at all. I just did that to hold it down for now. I could put that right there like that. I think I would like it better with a circle behind it. I don't know if this is the circle I'm going to use. Yeah, it's a little small. Let's get something bigger. 2.5. Let's try this one, see if we like it. This is the mirror paper from Tonic. It's sitting on the counter, so it's getting used. Okay, I don't like that one with it because it's a little big. And I don't like it touching the silver. Is that weird? Maybe. I'm fine with that. I'm going to try this one. This is just a flower that I had sitting. Whoa, that is so blinding. Is it blinding for you guys? Oh, you're zoomed too much and I'm taped down in a weird spot. Hang on. There we go. Now we're taped down where you can see. Okay, so we have this one. This one's a little sparkly. There's a lot going on there. There's this one. Kind of like it. Oh, kind of like it a little better off to the side. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that down. And I'm going to put some jewels around the side. I was going to use these pink ones, but I think I'm going to use the sparkly ones that match. I'm just going to go with plain silver to go with the washi tape. I'm going to put some art glitter glue on the back of this. I could just as easily have used any adhesive that's sitting around. And I'm trying to decide, I don't think I want it centered. That's just me. I don't like things symmetrical. Complete preference. Okay, if I want this to be raised up a little and stick off of it, I can put a glue dot under there and it will lift it a little bit, or a piece of foam mount. That would probably be too much. Or I can put it right here on it. I think I'll put it right there on it. I'm going to try it. It's kind of a boring looking card though, I think. Is it? I bought new scissors so they'd be sharp enough. And then I keep using the old ones. It's habit, right? If you reach for the same scissors for years and years and years, how do you stop? Okay, I like the ribbon because it just adds a little bit of sheer interest, and it kind of goes with the stripes of the other stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shorten that down, and I'm going to straighten that up a bit so it aligns. You'll see, I mean, this is not a science for me. My template inspires me, and then I keep going. So what I would do if I was making a whole bunch of these is I would prep a whole bunch of backs, these, the bases, and then I would lay them out. And you might have seen one of my videos where I did that before. I'm going to leave it just like that. If I hadn't glued this down, I could wrap it around there, but I kind of like it sticking off the ends a little bit too. And so that I don't have to wait for art glitter glue at all or worry about anything setting, I'm going to use glue dots and this glue tape right here. I have not used this glue tape at all with ribbon, but I'm sure it can glue ribbon. I don't see why it can't. It's not a science, people. Just try it. And if it works, then it works. Sometimes as new crafters, okay, these are giant glue dots, giant. Sometimes as new crafters, you're nervous about what's right and what's wrong and what works. Just try it. And if you like it, then it's absolutely fine. I'm going to have to stop and actually clean up my craft room because we've reached a point where it's not functional. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my die and I'm just tapping it on these little tiny glue dots because I want it to stick nice, and I kind of want to be sure that it's popped up just a little bit, that there's no ridge around that ribbon or anything like that. Glue dots give a little bit of height, whereas foam mount gives a lot. And I'm going to put that over, and I didn't think about the fact that this was such a dainty die, so the adhesive behind it might show a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to lift this up, and I'm just going to snip these right off. Kind of liking these new scissors. And fold, and fold. I did mess up my washi a little when I moved it to show you guys. And fold it down. Washi is great to work with because, you know, it has its own adhesive. It folds over. My ribbon is fraying just a tiny bit, so I'm going to use the biggest scissors I have to get in there and trim it. And then I'm going to glue this on here. And I'm trying to decide, I think what I'd like to do, I don't know where my tweezers are. I know, it's shocking that I have a mess. I craft like a tornado. Here we go. I'm going to use my pick-me-up stick. You don't have to have one of these, but if you have one and you can't find your tweezers, use it. You can lift the things up and then just stick them on here. Kind of plays off the glitter washi tape a little bit. And I don't like anything that lines up too much. I might have liked if I had put them on here, so let's put one on here and see. But I don't like anything too much in a straight line. There we go. I think that's enough for me. I've got some weird string or something in there. I don't know if you guys can see. In my house, it's probably a cat hair. And I'll just so you can see the finish, I'm going to take a couple pieces of this and put it right here on the back. Now, if I get a big ridge of that adhesive, it might leave a lump, but I don't know that it will. Oh, look, I have washi on the front. That's so me. Here we go. Take that off. Okay, there you go. That's another card idea. So think about how many things you could do where you just cut a piece of paper 5 inches by 3 3/4. Let me get that for you. There you go. 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then you flip the center over, or you flip the ends over, or you cut it larger on the bottom, smaller on the top. I also like these when they're torn edges. For that, I don't use the same exact piece of paper though, usually, because it won't turn out quite as good. Okay, that's my card idea for today. I hope it inspires you and you start to look at all your printed papers in a brand new way. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.